Welcome to Japanese Classroom. This lesson is about Godan verbs conjugation. I have already uploaded 2 videos about verb conjugations. One is about changing mas form to the dictionary form. And the other one is about changing to the negative form using nai. This video explains how to change Godan verbs to various other forms. In the other videos, I used this table to explain the conjugations of Godan verbs in Japanese. But actually, we don't need this many columns. We don't have verbs conjugating in Z, D, H, P, Y, and W columns anymore, so we only need 9 columns like this. Let's start with the middle tier. This is the default position of all Godan verbs. All Godan verbs end in one of these letters like kau, kiku, isogu, hanasu, matsu, shinu, asobu, yomu, kaeru. And this form is called dictionary form or plain non-past affirmative form. Let's go up the ladder. A verb in this form is called a verb stem. And if you add mas to the stem, it becomes the polite non-past affirmative form. Verb stems are used with a variety of auxiliary verbs, adjectives, suffix, and mean different things. Like adding mas makes it into the polite form, adding tai to express what you want to do, and if you add sugimasu or sugidesu, that expresses the action is excessive. If you go to the top tier, that changes verbs to their negative, causative, or passive form depending on what you add at the end. Let's have a closer look. If nai is added, it becomes negative. That adds the meaning of don't or won't to the verb. Causative is when the auxiliary verb seru is added, and that adds the meaning of making somebody do something or letting somebody do something. In case of an ichi-dan verb, the causative ending auxiliary verb is saseru. When the auxiliary verb reru is added, it becomes passive, which means something is done to the subject of the sentence. The nuance of passive sentences in Japanese is very different from that in English, so you need a great care when you try to use this pattern. For ichi-dan verbs, you need to add rareru to make them into passive. Let's move to the fourth tier. That changes a verb into its imperative or command form. If you add ru, that makes it into a potential verb, and if you add ba, it changes to the conditional form. Let's have a look at some examples. If you use the e sounding letter at the end of a Godan verb, that becomes a very strong command. It is almost too strong to use it too often. In case of ichi-dan verbs, you need to add ro to make them into imperative form. If you add ru to the imperative form, it becomes a new verb, which includes the meaning of can. 買う is to buy, and 買える is can buy. In case of an ichi-dan verb, the ending is られる. If you add ば to the imperative form, it becomes the conditional form, which can be translated with the word if or when in English. In case of an ichi-dan verb, you need to add れば to make it into the conditional form. Let's move to the bottom tier. You need to add う to this form and it will become the casual volitional form. Volitional means using the power of one's will, so an easy translation is let's. It can be used in the middle of a sentence as well, and you'd need to study those when you see them. In case of an ichi-dan verb, you need to add よ at the end of the verb to make it into the volitional form. So, this is how you use hiragana table to conjugate godan verbs. Did somebody say, where is the te form? Yes, you are right. This table doesn't explain the most used form, the te form. Here you go. This table includes the te form and ta form, which is the past plain affirmative form. I have a separate video to help you remember how to change verbs into te form. Please watch that too. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. For more useful information, please visit easyjapanese.com. また今度. See you next time.